Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review on something new, which is the latest foundation by MAC, which is called the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. So this is to continue on from their whole Pro Longwear range. They've already got a foundation, which is one of my favorites. They've got eyeshadows, they've got blushes, and powders, I think, as well. There's a whole load of things. I can't keep track with all of them. But today I'm going to be showing you this. So I have been wearing this for a whole week now. I got it last Saturday and it is Saturday today. So I have worn it for the entire 7 days. Is what I am wearing today also. So the whole Pro Longwear range, in my opinion, is absolutely amazing. I'm not too much of a fan of the lipsticks, but I've only tried one or two, and it may just be that I just found them quite uncomfortable. I think that they were trying to be like Stay All Day liquid lipstick kind of formula. Obviously that it doesn't ever come off, and it just didn't really work that well for me. But the foundation, the original one, which is the normal Pro Longwear one, I've always mentioned that this is one of my favourite foundations. This is, I don't know which bottle I've bought since it came out a couple of years ago. Every time it's finished, I've repurchased it basically. So I was really excited to hear about this new one. So I've not done any research of my own. I've not read any other people's reviews. So I'm not sure what the general kind of consensus is about this and what their claims are and that sort of thing. So the only problem that I have found is that this does not come in a larger variety of shades as all the other MAC foundations. Funnily enough, my shade NC40, not to be found. And I was like, what the hell is this? I have never ever had the problem of my shade never being there. I've always been able to find NC40 in all of their foundations, so I was quite disappointed. I asked one of the MAC artists online, you know, you can chat to them, and she just said to me, well, when it comes to a new foundation line, sometimes we only release some shades to see how popular the foundation is. If it is shown to be quite popular, then we release more shades. And I was like, really? Well, you've never done that with NC40? She said, well, unfortunately this time we have. So I bought it in the next shade up, which is NC42. And it is a little bit darker for me because obviously, as I said, I'm NC40, but it just so happens that it's May now. The weather has started to get better in London. We've had quite a bit of sun, so I have been out a little bit, and I know that I have tanned slightly. So this one has worked quite well for me. I mean, you guys can see yourself. It doesn't look too dark. It doesn't look too light. It looks all right, right? So in terms of the colour, I am quite happy with it. I also don't find that the colour oxidised on me and changed throughout the day. I think there may be some people that have mentioned that they had problems with the colours. I can only ever suggest getting a tester. MAC is one of the few companies out there where you can go along to a MAC store or a MAC stand or whatever it is, ask for a tester of the foundation, and then they will give you a nice little tub that lasts a good couple of days as well. So always test it out first before blindly buying it online. Just because I say that a colour suits me, it may not necessarily suit you in the same sort of way. So that's that. Okay, before I properly get into the review, my apologies if I'm looking a bit tired. I am tired. I have had such a long day. I have been running errands and my legs are aching, and I'm just sitting down with a nice cup of tea. Cheers, everyone. Okay, so first off, and one of the biggest cons I would say about this foundation, I want to start off with the con before I obviously start to talk about the positives, is that this is 25ml. Now that is not a lot smaller than they normally come. Their normal standard foundation size are 30ml, like the original Pro Longwear one is 30ml. This is 25. This costs £25, this costs £25.50. I don't know what happened there. Why they've decided to give you less and charge you more, even though it's only 50p more. It adds up. So that is just something that I thought I'd bear in mind. And let's have a look at the packaging. It comes in a really nice slick plastic tube, and then it just has the kind of directions on the back, standard ones. Apply directly to the face or body, blend with finger sponge or appropriate foundation or concealer brush. I have been using the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush to blend this in, and it's worked really well. So anything like that, your Real Techniques Expert face brush or whatever it is, you can use to blend in this foundation. So what I'm going to do is quickly, just from their website, read to you what this claims, and then I will let you know if my thoughts are the similar or they agree. As I said, I've never actually read any of this before or read anybody else's reviews. It says, the latest addition to our ever popular Pro Longwear lineup features a tenacious waterproof formula that can be used as a foundation or concealer. Wearing for an unprecedented 16 hours, blends seamlessly on the skin with medium to full weightless coverage and a natural satin finish. So that is what it claims. Now, I have to say that I definitely agree with all the claims for this foundation. It lasts just as long and is as good as the original Pro Longwear foundation. So I have worn it all week in different types of temperatures. Oh my God, my brother keeps texting me. Go away. And in different types of weather conditions, and it's been hot, it's been cold, it's been wet, it's been windy, it's been like the maddest weather in London at the moment. And for example, yesterday on Friday, I put on my foundation, this one, at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I took it off at 2 in the morning. It was a late night last night. It was still flawless. It still looked amazing. It looked not fresh, but as fresh as a foundation could that many hours later. So how many hours is that? That was 18 hours. So that was really, really good. Now, all I have to say is that at about hour 6 or 7, I started to get slightly shiny in my T-zone area. Use my MAC blotting powder like I always do, and I didn't need to touch it up again for the rest of the evening. That just sorted out that little bit of shine. And let's see, you can use it as a concealer apparently as well. Don't know, haven't tried it as a concealer, I've just used it as a foundation. And this, by the way, is 1 layer. And I've put a little extra on my cheeks, as I always do, because I've got a little bit of extra scarring there. And it says it blends seamlessly on the skin with medium to full weightless coverage. I definitely say that it is a medium coverage foundation, but it is medium to full buildable. So again, it's up to you. You can apply more layers and then you can build up your coverage. I also found that after 1 layer, I kind of waited 10 minutes, then I applied another layer, and it didn't bunch up or anything like that. It blended in really nicely with the layer underneath, and a natural satin finish. Again, I agree, it's not matte, it's not dewy, it's just really lovely and natural feeling on the skin. I love this foundation. It's as good as the Pro Longwear, the original one, I'd say. In terms of whether it's waterproof or not, now it did rain a little bit in London recently, but I can't help it. If it rains and I'm outside, I walk like this. So the only bit of me that gets wet is the top of my head. So, but there's little spatters of rain that did go on my face. It didn't cause my foundation to move or to budge. As I said, it didn't oxidize on my skin. It didn't change color. It blends really, really nicely. I've made my own little notes, as I always do throughout the week, of my observations. It feels light, I've written. Easy to blend, medium coverage, satiny finish, blends evenly and seamlessly and looks very natural. So exactly the same sort of things that MAC claims it does. The only thing that I found really strange is that when I squeezed it out of the tube and it comes out a certain colour on my hand, and then when I put it from my hand onto my face, it kind of changed colour when it touched my skin. It kind of went a little bit darker, which was really strange. I don't know what the ingredients of some of these things are, what they're supposed to do. You know, like the Match Master one, for example, is meant to kind of match your skin. So who knows, maybe it's something like that. But it didn't affect the colour of my makeup or my foundation or anything like that. Overall, I really like this foundation. I give it a 9 out of 10, purely because, again, it doesn't have the full colour range. I will repurchase it, but I'm only going to really repurchase it if they come out with NC40. So, because after a while, as the months go on and then I start to get paler, I won't really be able to wear this. I will show you the consistency. So it comes in a really handy tube, which I find is really good and stops you wasting products, like how you can with, even with ones like this, you can accidentally squeeze out too much because you can't really do a half squeeze. Well, you can, but anyway, this one is like this. And you can see it's fairly thick, but it's still running a tiny little bit. Now I've just put NC40 next to that in the original Pro Longwear foundation. You can see that one is a little bit more runnier than the new one. You can also see the blatant difference in colour, NC40, NC42. And it just blends really, really nicely. It blends quite seamlessly as well. And the coverage is really, really good too. In terms of it, whether it's nourishing or not, I mean, it feels nice on the skin. It has that kind of moisturizing sort of feel to it. When you touch your skin, it feels like my skin, because nobody's skin is naturally matte and nobody's skin is really naturally shiny. Shiny just happens to come when the natural oils in your skin come out throughout the day and you may look a little bit greasier than normal. But the way that your skin's like looks, let's say when you've just washed your face first thing in the morning and it's got that kind of nice fresh skin feel, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like skin. It doesn't feel when I touch my face that I've got makeup on it. So that's really good. So that is my review for the brand new Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation by MAC. I hope that you found this review helpful and useful. If you've got any more questions, feel free to ask me below. I am going to continue to use this because I do like it quite a bit. And I am very impressed with this. But to be honest, I don't really see how it's that much different to the other Pro Longwear one. I think that one's a really, really good foundation too. But maybe because it's got these apparent nourishing qualities, maybe it's something that over time you only notice the difference then. Who knows? We'll see. Watch this space. See you all in the next video. Bye.